All right, we have one head assembled. All the springs are in, all the keepers are now, everything's in. This is what we're doing. We're doing a dual valve spring. So there's an outer and an inner. This goes in, twist on in, and it looks like those. To do so, we have to have special retainers, or valve retainers, valve spring retainers, and the keepers are all the same. But you have to pull off the intake valve guide seals. These things. The early motors didn't have them, the later ones do. We're gonna pull these off for it all to fit properly in there. And on top of that, these aftermarket heads this set at least came with a shim in there. We're gonna add an extra 20 thou shim to bring my installed height to about 40 millimeters, plus the dual valve spring. So this thing should rev up pretty nice. The heads are put together. I don't know if I've mentioned this or not, but I'm doing twin plug. So I have 2 spark plugs per hole. So just wanted to show you guys that from now. My pistons and cylinders are all ready to go. Cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4. All the rings have been put back on. The ring gaps were done in the last video. They've been washed, lacquer thin, same with the cylinders. So now we're ready to put everything together. We actually had to, I don't think I showed you guys this. We had to take about a 20 thou pass on all of the pistons to lower the squish. It was too tight. In the last video I mentioned that. So that's what we had to do. About 20 thou pass to make the squish zone where we wanted it.
So, let me run this by you.
Okay.
See these gray areas on the piston?
Yes.
This is called the thrust area of the piston.
Okay, that's the rocky zone?
No, this is the piston is actually egg-shaped a little bit. Okay, so most of the pushing is going to be on the bottom, and most of the pulling is going to be on top. Okay, so when we set our rings up, we don't want to go at the wrist pin. We want to be slightly off,
and then one slightly off, and one slightly off.
Okay, but we don't want to be in the thrust area, because look, I want this whole ring scraping on the thrust area.
Yeah.
I don't want this corner scraping on the thrust area.
Okay. So it's one.
So I'll pull this one here.
1, 4, 11, and
I'm going to pull this
8.
guy over here. The center one. Pull him over here. Right?
Yep.
And this guy is going to be here. So this one's going towards the bottom a little, right?
What up, oil?
We come in, we get in the hand.
Okay.
We got everybody on this. Put oil. Let that oil high and we'll put this guy down. Okay, so if you look at the rings, look where they're at.
And those stagger.
But they're a ring apart, right?
Yep, exactly. Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm not in the thrust area.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the thrust.
And I'm not on the wrist pin itself.
Okay.
Okay.
A nice bead of silicone around. We are not using any of the copper gaskets to achieve the compression, deck height, and everything we wanted. So we're going straight piston or cylinder to case.
Stop. You start hitting that ring.
So that was
Stop.
good. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Run the ring all the way around. Yep.
Now,
Open it. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking on the next ring.
yes, sir.
Close it. And then give it a little twist to make sure I got the ring in there.
It's in there.
Yeah, hold on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now go ahead and tap it down the rest of the way. No?
It's at an angle at the
Just don't
moment.
worry, just tap it. Okay, stop.
Good.
Bring it down the rest of the way. Put it into the hole. Push it down there. Okay. Okay, you left a little bit of a lift there.
Now I'm gonna grab my cylinder. Like this.
Yep. You handle that a little bit in the pocket. Good? Centered in.
Believe so.
Ready?
This for this. And doing your hands. So now, I release the handle or just start?
Unclick at 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just open it up.
The handle?
Yep. Pull it towards you. And then try and ease it down. You want to get this lip, this hard lip, remember?
Yep, I got that pass
Okay,
right
we'll
there.
go down. You're good there. Close it up.
And then do 5 again.
Good. Give a little twist. Twist a little. Okay. Go back to the work. Okay, ready?
Yes, sir. Stop.
Pull it off.
So I go like this.
Open it. Just open it.
Oh, I disconnect the battery.
Yeah.
Our push rod tubes are ready to go. We have the O-rings on there. As you can see, I have a black Sharpie mark. And that Sharpie mark is 180 of the seam, so that when we install it, we put the seams towards the top of the motor, so that if these were to leak, oil would leak out of the seams. So we're minimizing the chance of that happening. We have our head nuts here with some grease to hold the washers on all of them. Regular wrench, torque wrench ready to go. Head cleaned off. Cylinders 1 and 2 are installed. We're ready to button this thing together.
It might be easier just to take it, put it on the 10.
So push rods installed, and you can see there's our black Sharpie mark. So you're able to see them, so you know the seam is the opposite direction. We first marked with no O-rings, then we pulled it all out, put the O-rings on with some sealant, respun, made sure they're a little bit past or pretty close to it. So now one side is complete. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all this off. Now some lacquer thinner. So we just went ahead and put the distributor in. Not all the way, just in enough with the clamp on. We put, I want the wire for the distributor on the back of the motor, on the back of it, so it's not in the way of the pulley or anything else. And then we found where number 1 is, and we're happy with where that is, and we went ahead and marked where it should go, so that when we get this drive gear in there, we can set it so we have the distributor where we want it, on top dead center for cylinder number 1 from now. So it's just easier, there's nothing in the way.
Put some grease on the bottom of it. Non-magnetic screwdriver. Then make sure you pin the hole. Got a flashlight. Using non-magnetic.
Non-magnetic.
So it doesn't pick the shim up on the way out.
Grease good?
You can put a little bit of grease on there.
A little bit of grease goes a long way.
Look where the grease wants to be.
What do you mean?
The grease wants to be right
There.
there.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So
We
you
said
wanted
all
it.
that way.
You wanted it like this.
Yes.
So you're gonna actually go over here
Yep,
a little bit.
And then it'll go in and twist. So. Your big screwdriver. Test it now. Pull the clamp off.
Take the clamp off. You might even want to take that fucking over. Let's see. Not even close. Not even close. Now you gotta get locked in.
Okay,
Okay.
that is locked in.
Okay. That's where you want it.
Well, like that.
Okay.
That's on the back. Okay with it?
Okay.
Because it's really going to run this way anyway.
Yeah.
One's there. That's just... Right?
Yeah.
One's right here.
Okay.
So the whole rocker assembly is assembled, and we noticed, or we don't like, the fact that the rocker or the valve adjusters are in too far. So what we're gonna do is pull this back apart and pull the actual rocker carrier out, and we shim it out. So we bring the rocker carrier out a little bit, and what that does is push the adjusters further in so that it's in the middle. The reason we're doing that mostly, inside of the valve adjusting screw, there's an oil hole that feeds the push rod and then feeds all this assembly so that everything's oiled properly. If it's off-centered, it might not get oiled properly, and in the future you can't adjust it properly. So we're going to sort it out from now. Valve covers are on. we have everything good to go. We have a dummy distributor in there right now just to hold for top dead center. Valves are adjusted, everything's good to go. We're getting there. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the sump plate, oil cooler, and build my fuel pump. So I can just, and that's where I'll probably end for today. But damn, come together. Oil sump plate is on. Use the Precision Matters one. My relief is in here and there. Gonna go ahead and get the oil cooler installed. I'm using something special here. If you can tell, there is an extra row of cooling in this oil cooler. This is the super cooler. So it's made by MP and CSF cooling. Oil cooler is installed. I'm gonna go ahead and start rebuilding my fuel pump to go in there. All right, here's my fuel pump housing. Nice and sandblasted and tumbled. Cap recoated with gold. Old springs, which I will actually be reusing. I don't like to put the new springs in. I've been told not to by another person as well, so I don't. I reuse the old springs. It's all washed up. Here's my old parts. Pretty filthy and destroyed. So this is basically all you replace. These three things. I guess you replace the old one cap as well. But it's really the diaphragm. That's what goes bad and that's what makes it not work. And it's getting all the crud and dirt out of it from before. Alright, the fuel pump is rebuilt and in now. Gonna continue on with something else. Alright, I'm wrapping up for the day. We made a lot of progress today. The long block is finally done and assembled. Oil cooler, fuel pump, plugs. We're getting there. I started mocking up some of the sheet metal. Yes, it's all dirty and rusty. I'm not gonna leave it like this. We're gonna mock it up, get it running. I'm gonna have to add holes in the fan shroud for my second coil, maybe put the CDI box on the back of it. There's a bunch of things. I have to make holes in the heater boxes for the second spark plugs, or the wires. There's a bunch I have to do. So there's no point in me getting it all powder coated and cleaned up first. So I might as well get it mocked up, fitted, then go get it all powder coated. It doesn't take me that long to strip it and reassemble the powder coated sheet metal. So it just makes more sense in my mind to do it this way. I took some measurements. I'll be running an external oil cooler, so I took some oil line measurements and stuff of the sort, so I can get some things ordered. Wow. I have a box full of parts ready to go already. Spark plug wires, fan belt, stuff like of the sort. So already. Got my carburetor manifolds. Got my carburetors. Got my exhaust ready. So I'm getting there. All the parts are, I think, mostly here to do this. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Please like and subscribe. Bye-bye.